Its creator has described it as a viral picket sign. Our #1 story in the countdown tonight, Prop 8 the musical. We showed it to you here last night, and it's already been viewed on the web millions of times. The musical's auteur, Mark Shaman, and two of its stars, Jack Black and John C. Reilly, will join me presently. As the protests over the passage of Proposition 8 turn to further criticism and commentary, there's also the narrative of the injustice that occurred and how to grapple with that, since obviously it's too late to affect the actual voting that happened on November 4th. So from the website funnyorDie.com, a brief refresher.
Look, nobody's watching. It's time to spread some hate and put it in the Constitution.
Now, how?
Proposition 8.
Proposition 8. Right.
People listen to our plea. They'll teach kids about sodomy.
The Bible says a lot of interesting things.
Like you can stone your wife or sell your daughter into slavery.
Well, we ignore those verses.
Well then, friend, it seems to me you pick and choose.
You pick and choose.
Well, please choose love instead of hate. Besides, your nation was built on separation of church and state. See you later, sinners.
You know, here's another thought to wrap things up. Oh, every time a gay or lesbian finds love at the parade, there's money to be made.
He's right.
The full video is online, and joining me now, as promised, the Tony Award-winning composer of Hairspray and the writer of Prop 8 the musical, Mark Shaman.
Hello.
And together in Los Angeles, two actors who've been entertaining us greatly over the past many years, including in this event, Jack Black and John C. Reilly. And gentlemen, welcome, and nice work to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Keith.
I suspect, Mark, that's the composer's nightmare right there. It's a 3-minute show, and we just cut it down to a minute, right?
It's okay. It's okay.
How did it come about, Mark?
Well, as you can tell from the video, it clearly started when I was born really, really gay. Fast forward to election night, and America throws this great party, and the gays are left off the list. And I wrote this kind of impassioned, outraged email and sent it to a few thousand friends. And Adam McKay, who's Will Ferrell's partner at Funny or Die, wrote me and said, well, why don't you write a song about it? I'll put on Funny or Die.
John, Jack, let me ask you guys, how did you get involved in this project?
I got the email from Funny or Die peeps, and Mark Shaman was involved, and that's all I needed to hear. It's a thing that I've been really, felt strongly about for years, so I wanted to do something, and I didn't know what, so it was perfect for me.
Yeah, same here. I got an email from Mark, and I just immediately responded, like, where do you need me? When do you need me? And, yeah, I mean, this is a civil rights issue, I think, so it was real easy to make up my mind on doing it.
Plus, Jack, you got to play Jesus. Does that constitute, by definition, something of a high watermark in one's career?
Yeah, it's all downhill from here.
Mark, in the reviews of this and all reporting on it, it's been pointed out this was written in one day, recorded on the next day, and shot in just one day. If all of creativity could be done with that rapidity, is social injustice a great motivator for creators and actors alike?
Exactly. I mean, we had just been taught. I had just been taught this terrible, bitter lesson about being lazy, and so it was time to light a fire under my fat ass and try to do something even after the election, because this is going to go on and on and on.
Yeah, it's never too late to educate. That rhymes.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna start saying that a lot.
Well, I would just say also you've got the for the sequel, we have the opening number right there.
Very much.
John and Jack,
you were talking about doing a full-length version of this. We should take it onto Broadway.
Yeah.
Gay the musical.
It would open with the creation of Gay, when the cells are splitting and,
Yeah, why limit it to just Prop 8? There's a bigger story here.
But I thought the only thing that sold on Broadway these days, especially in a musical form, was some sort of reworking of something that worked on Broadway in 1957. Isn't that the case? Or can you bring, Mark, could you bring this to Broadway as something brand new?
I'm starting to think maybe John is on to something. I mean, the biggest thing I want to
Hairspray is not exactly.
I mean, I would love to actually continue to write things that finally make people understand that not these guys, but I and people like me are born gay. We don't choose it, we're born gay. God makes us gay, and you should not hate us because of the way God made us, because then you're questioning his taste, and that's not cool.
It's a good one.
I think that, I'm not trying, but my participation in this was not to try to change religious people's minds or change people's beliefs, I just think that the government should not, should treat us all with equal rights. And that's not what's happening in California right now for gay people. And I know gay parents that are trying to raise kids and couples that have been together for a long time. And why shouldn't they deserve the same rights that me and my wife get?
I mean, there is one.
I'm not trying to change anyone's religion or church. That your church is your church. And you're entitled to your beliefs, but you can't make your church's beliefs my government's beliefs.
And it's an interesting point about this, John. I think that you've got a situation where everybody wants kids to be raised by married parents. That's another big thing from the far right. And here we've just eliminated the chance for gay people to marry and raise their kids with all the legal protections that are involved in that. What about, as the old line goes, what about the kids?
Well, there's a movement now
exactly.
to try to say to outlaw divorce in California.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, anyone who's part of a minority group, you got to be watching your back right now. Curly-headed people, they could be coming for you next. If you allow referendums to change the rights of minority groups, it's like, what's next?
Well, what is next about this? I mean, do you expect? And I'll ask this of all three of you, just sort of in order from what I'm seeing here, from left to right. And Jack, you'd be first. What do you think is going to happen now in California? Is this going to be another ballot initiative? Is the groundswell to get this overturned in the courts going to be sufficient? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I've heard that if the vote was taken again now, it would be the other way around. And if it can flip one way, it can flip another way. So if it doesn't get overturned in the Supreme Court, then you can bet there'll be more. What's the smart term to say? Referendums?
Yes.
Yeah.
All we need is more after this went so well.
It's something I feel passionately about because I have a lot of openly gay friends and family that I've always looked up to and admired, and so I take it personal when I find out that their equal rights are being messed with. That's when I want to get involved, and I think a lot of people feel the same. And I think a lot of it is really just fear of the unknown. And when everybody gets educated to what's really happening, I think the right thing will happen. The truth will come out.
Well,
the California Supreme Court already decided this, and the people, this vote turned over their decision. So I don't know if we allow a referendum on every issue, how many other rights are we going to take away from people? It's a slippery slope.
A superb point. Last question to Mark Shaman. Some catharsis in doing this, considering that, as you said, it was produced 4 weeks too late?
Well, I mean, I feel very guilty about that. Yeah. And I just, and then people are writing online saying, like, oh, you're just being a poor loser. No, I'm just doing, I think, what every father teaches his son, which is get up after you get hit by a bully and continue fighting back.
The actors Jack Black and John C. Reilly, and great effort on everybody's part. Thank you,
Thank you, Keith.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
If this were a dictatorship, it'd be a heck of a lot easier. Just so long as I'm the dictator.